Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Apologies there haven't been any videos lately. The northeast had a mad amount of snow lately and ice, and it just hasn't lent itself to going out running really, not without slipping or being absolutely freezing to death and getting injured. I've been on the bike in the garage, but that's not exactly great footage for you, so I haven't bothered recording any of that. So yeah, apologies there hasn't been enough videos, but I haven't been running, so I haven't bothered putting any videos up. I have got some results to go through, but firstly we'll go through the track session I did last night. So I'll chuck that footage up and we'll talk about the session, and we'll talk about my recent results. My recent results, even. So after absolutely butchering the intro, this session is 400s with reducing recoveries. I've actually done this one on the channel before, but I didn't make it to the track to do it because I couldn't get a lift there, so I did it around my estate. And it was absolutely brutal. It was tough to manage because I don't have an exact 400-meter lap. But I have done it on the channel before at the end of August. This was freezing, by the way. It was pretty cold. The track was getting icier as we were going round. And obviously that's just harder on your legs. You get no grip. It just takes more out of you. So we had a minimum of 12 reps to do. The max you do is 14 normally. A and B team do the full 14, that's their minimum, but because I was in C team, the minimum is 12, which takes you down to like a 10-second rep. Because it's reducing recoveries, you have static recoveries between each rep, which starts at 60 seconds, and it reduces by 5 in between every single rep. So if you do the full 14 reps, you actually end up with no rest on the last one. You just do 800 meters, and it's absolutely brutal. It was really, like I said, it was really icy as the session went on. It got worse and worse. You'll see me trying to stick to lanes that I thought were a bit nicer. It wasn't as bad as the last track session I did a couple of weeks ago. And as I said, I haven't ran since then, so because it's just been so bad in the northeast. Like the snow's been absolutely mental. We've even been out sledging and building snowmen with a little one. Our target pace for this was 26 seconds 100. Which is a 104-second lap and works out at 420 kilometer pace. Now you'll see there I'm at the back of the group, and I started like paying more attention to my own pace rather than everyone else's, because obviously I haven't ran a lot recently, and I've been doing stuff in the garage on the bike, but not a lot. It's boring as hell. I don't really find it very fun, so yeah, my fitness has dropped off massively since the beginning of December. So I just let people go ahead of us, I let them do their own pace, and I just try and stick to what the session is, which is a 420 kilometer. And at the end of the day, that's quick for me anyway. My fastest 5k was at the beginning of December, and that was at 22:17, which works out at about 427 a kilometer. So you'd think with the rests, 420 wouldn't be too bad, but these guys start running faster than that. So it'll look like they're pushing on. And going, and like I'm dropping off the back of them, but they're not. They're actually pushing on. They're going faster than the pace, and you'll see me checking my watch constantly. There was a little look there. Actually, doesn't look that bad on the camera, but yeah, I was checking my watch constantly and just let everyone else do what they want to do. Obviously, there's different people in the groups. They're all at different paces, and everyone's at different fitness levels. You've got people training for marathons. They're at the end of marathon blocks, and I haven't done enough recently to really be pushing and staying with them. I just wanted to stick to my session, stick to what I'm told to do, and just try and get through the session. Because it's reducing recoveries, and I've done this session before, it starts off obviously really nice where you get a 60-second rep, but by the end of it, when you're doing the 15, the 10 and the 5, it's absolutely brutal. It's a proper savage workout, this one. If you ever get a chance to do it, like, have a go, honestly. It is brutal. It's a good session. I used to love it. It used to be one of my favourite sessions because it is really tough, and when you can push really hard, it feels really nice and rewarding to be out there pushing those kind of paces. You'll see as well towards the end the track gets absolutely mental because different groups are coming on, different groups are coming off, and when you're only waiting for 5 seconds at a time, groups are constantly going across each other. So you've really got to have your head on properly to be able to not run into the back of people and smashing people. And you'll see me coming off in lane 8, and I'm all out of the shop. You'll see it a bit better towards the end of this footage because I actually didn't edit the last 3 reps. So from the 15-second recovery, I didn't edit any of the footage, it's just straight through, so you get to see like well, I mean, everyone knows what 10 seconds is, but you'll get to see that in footage where you do a rep and you literally stood there for 5 seconds. I'm counting it in my head and then going. I didn't edit any of that, so you'll see it straight up. And it's a really tough session, especially given the news that I'd received. So last week I had a phone with my oncologist, which was that was scheduled in. And they've told me that there's something showing up in the T2 signal, which is essentially that's the signal that shows more water and fluid in areas. So like fatty tissues and stuff like that show up more prominently. And in my scan in March, which is on screen now, that's the right-hand side of the scan. You can see all the really bright areas. That's the T2 signal doing its work. So the oncologists have said that there's something showing in there, but it could be a spurious test. So we have to wait until March, which is my next test, to see if that is actually the cancer returning or not. She said that even if it is the cancer and it stays the same as that, there won't be anything to do. I won't be having any treatment because it's not enough to really warrant having any kind of chemo or radiotherapy. So just got to keep an eye on it. If it gets worse, obviously she said we'll start treatments. We'll start looking at stuff. But if it stays the same, it'll be fine. If it's just a spurious test and it's just a bit of a weird flare up in the scan there, then even better. Just nothing's come back yet. And to be honest, it's absolutely ruined us. Like, I've been worrying. I've had so much anxiety from it. I've actually been having headaches like since the day of that call. And I think it's either like anxiety or I'm manifesting these headaches myself because I've been told that there's something there to worry about. Like I think I'm worrying unnecessarily because I was told by the oncologist like she's not worried about it, so I shouldn't be worried about it. But that's easier said than done, really, when you're being told, you know, like there's a chance your cancer might be back. And I honestly thought I would be getting 3 or 4 years down the line with nothing before stuff started to show in the scans. So it's been really hard to take. Honestly, I've struggled massively, like anxiety. Like I say, I've had headaches pretty much every day. I've been having the kind of thoughts that I had early on after having surgery when I came home, like losing my family and what they're going to do when I leave, when I die. And all those thoughts have started coming back to us, especially in my sleep. So I'm waking up early in the morning and I can't get back to sleep anymore. And I'd got rid of all that, like in time, like all that kind of stuff. I'd kind of settled with myself. I'd worked it all out and just kind of took it all on board, really. And I got used to it. Like, this is happening. There's nothing I can do about it. But since she said that there's a possibility the cancer could be coming back. It's through us absolutely, massively. And then when this session started getting hard towards the end, I really, really struggled to block all those thoughts out of my mind again. And I was just, it's absolutely ruined us. It really has. I know that's normal, because like obviously that's the reality of it. Like I am going to die earlier than I expected to anyway. But like I say, I thought I would get a lot further down the line before these scans started to show cancer returning again. So the running and the headaches started again in this run, which isn't quite normal for this kind of pace, I don't think. And this is another thing, like I can't really remember if I'd had headaches before hearing that news. I don't think I had. I think it's just me and I'm worrying about it, and these kind of things are stressing us out. Obviously I'm tired, stressed, fatigue seems to be like absolutely ruining us. Like at 9 o'clock at night I want to go to bed, I'm absolutely knackered, and I think I'm just wearing myself down worrying about it again. But hopefully I can get back to running, because I think that's another thing. Like I haven't been running as much. I know I'm not as fit as I was a month ago. So I just need to get back to the club, get back to the sessions, keep going, and just try and turn myself around, like mental health wise. Just try and be more positive about it, it's tough, obviously. It's really hard to talk yourself out of that kind of thing when you get that kind of news. And even though she said there's nothing to worry about, it could just be a dodgy test, it could be anything. So I'm worrying for nothing. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself, but it's just so bloody hard. It really is. Life's just really tough at times, and it just beats you down. And you think like, look, we're getting some good momentum here, and then all of a sudden you're just back to shit again. It's not fun. But in better news, we've got some races coming up. The Grand Prix at the beginning of this month, as I said, the Northeast's been absolutely mental. So the Grand Prix that would have been at the beginning of January was cancelled because there's just too much ice on the track, or on the route, on the race course. And there was meant to be a cross country this weekend, the Harrier League again. But that's been cancelled as well. I think they've had issues with people complaining about because it's a new cross country, this one. It was meant to be on last year, but I think it got called off for the weather. This year, I think they've had people complain about it, and the council or whoever approves it has took it back and said they're not allowed to do it. So that's not happening. I can't do the Northeasterns next week, which would have been at Pontefract, because I'm away at a birthday down in St Helens for family. And then the week after that is Temple Park in South Shields. That's kind of Harrier League. It's the same entry, but it's not part of the Harrier League. It's the Davison and Sherman Cup, I believe, which is the names of the women and the men's trophies. That's actually not a seeded race, so everyone goes off together. A bit like the Nationals, a bit like the Northeasterns, and a bit like the Northerns. Everyone just runs together, so it's a tough start and it's a tough course. I've run that course before actually. It's pretty decent. So yeah, it'll be quite fun. Can't wait to get there. I've also signed up. There's a few more cross countries after that as well in February, March, and the Nationals are on the 21st of February. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to do the Nationals. I've ran that course before as well. It's absolutely brutal. It's in Sedgefield, but there should be like thousands of runners, and hopefully, I don't think I'll be able to get any footage, but hopefully it'll be a good run, a good day. And I've also signed up to the North Tyneside 10K, which is nearly always on Easter Sunday. I've done it loads of times. Obviously, I missed it last year because it was, 4 months after surgery, so I didn't do it. Signed up to that. I'm not signed up to any other races this year. I'll have to see my wife's schedule and see if I can get a pass off the boss. But other than that, yeah, everything's like... Obviously, my scan results come back and they were a bit brutal, but I'm just trying to push through that mentally, get back to training, and just try and see what I can do. Basically, I mean, there's nothing I can do, but hopefully I can turn it around mentally and just give myself a bit of, brighten my day. I don't know, see what I can do with myself, because I don't think anyone else can do it. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, as always. If you've got any comments, like obviously this is what I'm going through, so if you're in the same position and you're watching this video, then this is happening to me as well, and hopefully it gives you some insight into what's happening and what's likely to happen if you've got something to look forward to, if you've got this going on in your life as well. We're in it together. Do it. We'll get it through. We'll sort ourselves out and it'll be all good, hopefully. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll leave you with the footage of me running around the track. It was absolutely brutal, and if I can do it with brain cancer, then you guys can do. So yeah, keep pushing, keep keeping fit, keep keeping strong, try and keep your mental health up there. I know I'm trying to push on through as well. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.
This is 8. So we're halfway through?
No.
You might be. Yeah. I'm 2/3.
on pace. You heard him go slower. Just get the recoveries right. Keep the recoveries as planned.
That is.
What's this rest?
15. 5 to go.
Shoot off the last person.
Of course. straight, please. Step run straight. Go with it, Timo.
Nice.
That was.
Oh, 2 legs in it.